Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to Midnight Raceway Park. I'm Steve, and today we have the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 rounds of the Manufacturer's Showdown. We're basically going to go from 16 cars down to 4 by the end of this video. Our first matchup is the unmanned Toyota GR Supra going up against the Ford Focus driven by the diecast Shepherd. Looks like the Focus has an early start and is going to take race 1 with a 472 to the Toyota's 504. Second race focuses on the inside, Toyota's on the outside. Ford has another early jump. Takes race 2, 480 to 502. Again, not great times. I don't know how far these cars are going to get into the tournament, but one of them is going to move on, and it looks like it's going to be the Focus, who wins race 3 with a 464 to a 496. Next up is another Toyota, the GR86 Cup, matched up against the Mercedes-Benz 500E. Both of these cars are unowned. Looks like Mercedes has a slight advantage. Oh, they tie, but Mercedes does cross the line first, so they get the first win of this matchup. Now Mercedes is on the inside and Toyota's on the outside. Looks like Mercedes has another jump from the line, but nope. Toyota catches up, passes, and wins with a 456 to a 480. Matchup number 3, we're tied at 1. And again, it looks like the Mercedes is getting a good jump, but Toyota's pulling ahead at the end, and they win the third race with a 440 to a 448. And the fourth race of this matchup is going to go to the Toyota. They're going to take it with a 448 and move on to the next round. A fourth unmanned car, the Audi Avant RS2, is facing the second car piloted by the diecast Shepherd Ford Probe funny car. As we've seen before, the Ford Probe gets a great jump and wins the first race with a 440 to a 480. Next race, the Ford Probe is on the inside, the Audi's on the outside. Ford Probe again takes it easily with a 432 to a 496. In the third race, the Audi is on the inside, the Ford Probe is on the outside. And again, Ford Probe takes it really easily with a 417, and moves on to the next round. Here we have the unowned Nissan 300ZX Twin Turbo and the Pontiac Firebird driven by 4Haas Games. The Firebird turned in some impressive times in the opening round. And the Firebird does not disappoint, turning in a 416 to the Nissan's 440, taking the first race. Now the Pontiac's on the inside. And they're once again going to take it, but it's much closer, 432 to a 440. Let's see if the Pontiac can close out in 3. And yes, another 416 for the Pontiac over the Nissan's 440. Pontiac is moving on. Another matchup of two Ghost Driver cars, the Nissan R390 GT1 and the Mercedes-Benz S500. Mercedes is in lane 1, Nissan's in lane 2. Mercedes has the lead and takes the first race, 432 to 448. Moving on to race 2, this time Nissan's on the inside. And it's closer, but they tied 440, but this time it's Mercedes-Benz crossing the line first. Mercedes on the inside, Nissan's on the outside. Race 3, it's going to be close again, but 432 to 440. It's going to go to the Mercedes. Mercedes moves on to the next round. Here's a matchup of 4Haas Games Pontiac Banshee going up against RWA Racing's BMW 3 Series Coupe. Looks like the BMW is going to get the first race with a 432 to a 448. Switching lanes, the BMW is on the inside and the Pontiac's on the outside. Once again, it's the BMW with a 440 to the 456. The BMW wrap it up in 3. We're going to find out. BMW's on the outside, Pontiac's on the inside, and it's going to be BMW again with a 432, and they will be moving on. For the last matchup of this round, we have Bad Dad Hobbies driving the 07 Cadillac Escalade, battling the Chevy Copo Corvette driven by Amy Russell. It looks like the Corvette is going to dominate the first race with an impressive score of 408 to the 448 of the Cadillac. Race 2 is going to be the same, 408 to 448. It looks like the Corvette is going to be moving on, as the Escalade is just no matchup for the speed of the Corvette. They finish off with a 424 to a 448, and indeed, Chevy is going to be moving on to the next round. So I said the last matchup was the last one of this round, but I mistakenly counted incorrectly, and this is the last matchup with the Jaguar XJ220 driven by Ralph's Racers, facing Lobotomy Scam and the Honda CRX. Looks like Jaguar is going to take the first race with a 440 to a 472. Honda is now on the outside, Jaguar's on the inside. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. But nonetheless, Jaguar is going to take it with an impressive 416 to a 456. Now the Jaguar is back on the inside. Honda's on the outside, and Jaguar is going to walk away with this with a 416 to a 456, moving on to the Elite Eight. So after the first two rounds, Ford and the diecast Shepherd is the only manufacturer and driver with 2 cars remaining. Pontiac with 4 Haas Games, BMW with RWA Racing, Chevy with Amy Russell, and Jaguar with Ralph's Racers are all still in contention with 1 car still in the field. And here you can see we have added Bad Dad Hobbies and Lobotomy Scam to the list of folks who have been eliminated, along with Nissan and Audi. Moving on to the next round, we have 8 cars, 4 matchups. 4 cars are going home and 4 cars are moving on. First up is the Ford Focus, piloted by the diecast Shepherd, facing the unowned Toyota GR86 Cup. Looks like Toyota is going to pull ahead of the Ford Focus and takes the first race with a 441 to a 455. Toyota's on the inside, Ford's on the outside, and it looks like Toyota's again going to win with a 443 to a 452. It's 2 wins for the Toyota. Let's see if Ford Focus can hold on for another race. And as they approach the finish line, it was close, but the Toyota takes it with a 459 to a 463. Toyota is moving on to the final 4. Next, we have the second entry for the diecast Shepherd, the Ford Probe Funny Car, going against 4 Haas Games and their Pontiac Firebird. Both of these cars have turned in some impressive times, so this should be a good matchup. Ford Probe gets an early lead and takes the first race 416 to 423. Ford Probe's on the outside, Pontiac's on the inside. This time, the Pontiac has a slight advantage. It takes it 424 to 428. We're tied up at 1 going into race number 3. Ford's on the inside, Pontiac's on the outside. Ford gets a good jump, but Pontiac pulls away with a 412 to a 427. It's going to come down to the end here. Ford's on the outside, Pontiac's on the inside. Ford gets a decent jump, but I think Pontiac's going to pull ahead. And oh, look at that, 408 to a 416. Pontiac is moving on to the final 4. Here we have 2 sporty sedans, a Mercedes-Benz S500 and the BMW 3 Series Coupe driven by RWA Racing. Mercedes is on the inside, BMW is on the outside. Coming to the line, it's going to be close, but BMW takes it with a 425 to a 430. That was close. Moving on, BMW is now in lane 1. Mercedes in lane 2. It's going to be another close one. They come to the line, Mercedes with a 424 to a 429. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Moving on to race 3. These cars are very much evenly matched. 425 to 426, and the BMW takes it and now has a 2-to-1 advantage going into race number 4. Again, it's going to be close at the line. Mercedes takes it with a 417 to a 428. And Mercedes has the best time overall, so they will be moving on to the Final Four. Finally, we have two proven speed demons, the Chevy Copo Corvette, driven by Amy Russell, and the Jaguar XJ220, driven by Ralph's Racers. Chevy's off to an early start. They're going to take the first race with an impressive 413 to a 439. Jaguar's moving to the inside. Chevy's on the outside. Race number 2 is off, and it looks like the Chevy's got another jump, and they're going to take it with, again, another impressive 413 to a 437. Not bad by the Jaguar, but definitely not up to standards for the Chevy. Chevy's got a lot of speed. It's a 416 for the Jaguar, 417 for Chevy. We are going to go to race 4, so Jaguar still has a chance. Let's see if they can pull out a miracle in the last race. Chevy's got the advantage, and yes, Chevy is going to move on with a 426 to a 438. And the field for the Final Four is all set. Four-House Games and their Pontiac Firebird, and Amy Russell and their Chevy Copo Corvette are making it in, along with the driverless Mercedes-Benz S500 and the Toyota GR86 Cup, filling out the rest of the field. So this is the bracket as it stands now. The finale will be posted on Sunday or Monday at the latest. This being the largest tournament that I've run with 32 cars has been exhausting, but I'm going to try my hardest to get everything done for Sunday's conclusion. I know y'all want to know who gets the mystery model. Till then, take care of yourselves.